Pussies. Cop the first one savage, mold my mood, that's what it was. 2016 we running around, beat niggas up in the club. I know she around for the money, but act like she loyal, I don't for the love. I'm so rich, get bored, might wake up, buy me a car just cuz. Her titties is hard cause she spent the 5, my bitch TV cost me a dub. All my bitches got BBLs, all my bitches got buzz. I ain't with the rap beef, all my arts get touched. We ain't never ran off on no bar, but we still be hopping out cuz. Running, 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 running. I leave out my car.
Hey y'all, man, how y'all doing? So listen, I've been making YouTube videos for a minute, and I realized earlier today that there's really a lot that you guys really don't know about me. So I mean, I could come in like the typical whoever, like black guy, and they'll be like, hey man, like I grew up in every hood in my city. I grew up fighting all the time, all that. But for y'all to get like the gist of like actually who I am, like I'm a comedian, class clown, I mess up, whatever, I have problems. So I guess we could like start it from when I'm like 18, because I don't want to really go younger than that, unless it's like those questions involved. But I don't really want to go younger than that. But so we can start as me at like 18. Like, how did I end up even wanting to be like a real like YouTuber gamer, which didn't come along until like later on in my life. So you could take like, let me see. So at 18, I wasn't really playing games like that. I was working all the time. Like my parents didn't really allow me to play games, like video games, and be in the house all the time. So I was in the sports and outside playing basketball with my older brother. And so then like, I mean, I think like a month after I turned 18, I got put out my mom's crib. But that same month that I turned 18, I was like, hey, well, me and my brother talked and we had a discussion, and I was like, hey bro, like if you go to the military, I'm gonna go to the military, bro. We'll just do this together, we'll grind this out together. And I was like, well, we could really grind that out, we could really do that. And so I went, I took the test. They was like, okay, if you want to go, it's a 6-month wait. I'm like, all right, I got 6 months. So then that next month, that July, my birthday's in June, so that July, I had just bought my first car. Well, I think before then, that June, I think I had just bought my first car from my grandfather. And my stepdad went through my car. I was dating this female at the time, and she was pregnant. But it wasn't mine. But I was taking her to like appointments and all this extra stuff. I know y'all like, dang, that boy goofy. He with a girl that's pregnant, ain't he his baby, whatever. But she was like, she was real cool. And I was taking her to her appointments, and she brought me the picture so that I can see what the gender of it was. I was like, all right, cool, that's fine. And so I put it in my car. I was at work at the time, so I put it in my car. And my stepdad put it in a glove box. My stepdad, I guess, went through my car when I was in the house or something. He came back, he brought it to me. He's like, so you got a baby on the way? I'm like, nah. I don't have a baby on the way. I'm not gonna speak their names, but that's so-and-so's baby, and she was just bringing it to me because I was helping her out, whatever, and he put me out. Basically, was just like, get out. So what happened after that? So basically, I had just found out that my real dad, my biological father, had moved back to my city. So I called him because my mom was paying. I had an iPhone like 3. I think it was an iPhone 3 at the time. So like it was So then from then I called my real dad, and I was like, hey man, can I come live with you? And he was like, sure, like you can come out here. And let me turn my mic down. I'm sorry if I'm too loud. But yeah, so he told me, he was like, you can come here. And I was like, I ain't gonna have all the freedom I want. Like I'm not gonna have all that freedom I want. So I ended up going to where did I go? I ended up calling the girl, the pregnant girl that I was with at the time. I ended up calling her and was like, hey, do you have somewhere we can stay? Like, I mean, that I can stay and all that. She was like, yeah, well, I got a brother, and he don't really be at home, so it's not really gonna be his place, it's gonna be our place, and all this stuff, whatever. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm down with that, right? I had a job, I was still working at McDonald's. So I was cool. Come down to it, what happened? So basically, whatever, I don't know what happened to that situation. But whatever happened in that situation, we end up not living with that brother anymore. We end up living with another brother and like his kids and the woman he was with at the time. Well, I don't know if they still together now or whatever, but the woman he was with, and yo, that shit was horrible. That shit was horrible. Like my last 6 months, I ain't gonna say it was horrible. It wasn't my type of environment because I'm about to go to the military and like they smoking all the time and like they trying to like they was doing stuff that I was like I'm not really into. I don't really fool people who do this. And so I ain't gonna say fool people who do it, but I didn't really like. It wasn't my environment because I'm trying to go to the military. So they doing stuff I needed to stay away from. And so it ended up like I ended up losing my car. I had an oil leak in my car. And I was staying like way in another part of the city. And it was real cool until like my car started smoking. And when it started smoking, my granddad was trying to fix it. Or really my granddad, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But my granddad ended up trying to fix it, and he couldn't. And I was on the highway one day on my way to go see my stepdad, and my older cousin called me. She's like, "Hey, you already know you're going that way. I got an interview. Can you take me to the end? Can you take me to the interview?" I'm like, instead of me telling her like, "Hey, look, my car might not make it," I was like, "Hell yeah, I got you." I know I was hitting 90 miles an hour, 90 to 100 miles an hour to go pick her up because I knew that my car was low on oil. So I was like, damn. So by the time I actually got on the highway, I called my stepdad on the way to him. I'm like, hey, can I borrow like $10? I need like $10 because I ended up losing my job and all that because of my car. So I ended up losing my job. And I called my stepdad, was like, hey man, can I borrow $10? He's like, yeah, come get it. On my way to go get the $10, the damn motor engine just blew the hell up. It basically just blew up while I was on the highway. So I was like, damn. So now I ain't got no car, none of that. And I was walking like 4 hours. 4 hours there and 4 hours back. It was like cause I lived on the other side of the city. So I would walk to the McDonald's all the way on the other side of the city and then walk back because I would get off. I would go to work so early and I would get off so late. Like sometimes I would get off like really late. And I was like, well, damn, I can't keep doing this. So, but I still had a few months before I went to the military. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna pull it out. And I ended up not doing it. I watched a lot of so-called friends like drive past me as I'm walking down the street. I'm calling them, they ain't answering the phone. Don't talk about me, I ain't got my hair cut. I get it all fixed up. But saying, so this is just year 18. But at the same time, year 18, I'm stretching it out. You know, I'm with her. She ends up, I'm with the girl, the pregnant girl. She ends up having a baby, and it's crazy because it's not mine. She knew it wasn't mine, but she named her son basically after me. She wanted to give him my name, right? But at that same time, I was like, well, no, because it's not my son. Like I was like, it's not my son. I don't like my name in the first place. And if y'all know my name, you know my name. But I don't like my name in the first place. So that's why I didn't give it to my oldest son. So I was just out here and I'm just like, I'm cooling. And yeah, so I ended up stretching it out all the way. She ended up having him like that December. And yeah, so, and a lot of people ask me like military questions because, like I said, I didn't do 20 years. Obviously, I didn't do all the time, but it's a lot different than now. Really a lot different than now. So then we have like, so then at 18, I end up that January, that like right after New Year, I end up, my mom threw a party for me and my brother because my brother was going to college. I think that January, and I was going to the military like January the 2nd. I think I left. January the 3rd is when I left, I think. Or January 2nd, whichever one. But I ended up leaving, and that was like my first time like leaving for the military. So at 18, I'm in the military for like 6 months of that, and my birthday is like every birthday for the next 3 years. I think I was in the field. I think I was out in the field. But I did So basic had to be, I ain't gonna say it was terrible. I was used to it. Because like my household, with my mom damn, I was basically damn near in the military. You can't go take your ass to the, I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of things that you can do. And I wasn't raised in an environment where they just like have simple conversation with you. It was like, I'm on your ass because I feel like you fucking up. So I'm on your ass. And to keep from being on your ass like that, just do what the hell I told you. And I wasn't really a good kid. I'm not gonna lie and be like I was the greatest kid ever. And I was terrible. Like my mom would tell you, like, hey, growing up, like you was terrible. And it was like, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that my mom didn't even know that I've done. But I was bad. But I'm just trying to like, I'm letting y'all get to know me because I say like I've been doing YouTube videos forever. I've never really been consistent. And that's it was streaming, and that was a few years ago. And I tell people like, hey man, I'm starting over. So I feel like if I'm starting over, I would rather y'all get to know who I am, like from beginning to now. And I'm probably gonna make a lot more YouTube videos just explaining like how I got to where I am now, because I've been through hell. And a lot of, and it comes, and it's been times like between me joining the military and like today, where I've literally had nothing. Like I had nothing. So I just want, like I said, I want y'all to get to know me. Hey, I'm Gemini, Tatted Gemini. A lot of people know me as Chief. And hey, I appreciate y'all coming through. Hey, I love y'all. I hope we get to learn and y'all can tell me, hey, like you messing up on this. I'd rather you do this, and we all learn from each other. And I hope that I really can learn from y'all, man. I love y'all. Bye.